What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, and this is video 3 of my 4-video day that I'm attempting to do here to make up for all the time that I missed this week. And today I'm looking at a brand new archetype, or not brand new, I always say brand new, but new to me, new to the channel I should say, and that's Altergeist. I don't know if I never knew if I vibed with the Altergeist. I really didn't like playing it when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I just didn't understand it and it annoyed me. But now that I played it, I kind of get it. I'm going to essentially show you, I'm going to show you 4 replays, so this is going to be the shortest video of the day, but I don't know, there's like different types that you can play with it. I mean, there's the pure version, but I just don't, I feel like the attack barrier is such a big problem for it. And this is probably, again, me not really understanding how to play the archetype, but again, this is a pretty standard opening, right? Imperial Order is a pretty common card you'll see, because the only spell card traditionally used in Altergeist is Pot of Extravagance, so it can be really good. Now, is it good in this matchup? It is not, unfortunately, but Torrential Tribute's going to come down. I'm going to use one of the Solemn Judgments. I go back and forth on the Solemn Judgments. It is a trap card, but it's not very good going second. You can't always assume you're going to be going second. Or going first, so it's kind of a weird spot for it to be. And he's got the Skullmeister, but Protocol's obviously really good, just monster negates all the time. And it's an activated trap card, so it can go off Multi-Faker. So Multi-Faker is the key to everything for the most part here. Manifestation obviously is a very good card. It's going to go ahead and trigger the Multi-Faker. I did have the other one in my hand, so you might as well special summon it. Conqueror is going to come in and negate effects. He's going to attempt to use Eldlich once again. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep bouncing it back to his hand. As long as they're not on the field, it's better for me. I do have the Conqueror, so obviously I'm going to use it to negate the attack. And Hexty is now online, so when he uses a spell or trap, I can go ahead and negate that effect. I know he has a Sanguine, so I'm trying to get, as long as like Conquistador and Sanguine onto the field at the same time, you know, like that's what's going to work out for me the most part. He has 2 Eldlich on the field now, but that's okay. All the Link monsters luckily replace themselves, which is very nice. I can start destroying his board. This can't be destroyed by card effects, but I can send it to the graveyard. It doesn't have targeting protection, which is what I'm going to do. And now his resources are a little limited for sure. Manifestation is going to come in. Manifestation is going to go ahead and help me trigger Multi-Faker, that I can get my Silquidus and bounce a card on his field. I know this for sure, obviously, is a Conquistador now, and I can continue to keep negating monster effects. I mean, this is the idea. It's kind of the war of attrition, but I wish there was just a way you could kind of tie it all together. And in this one, obviously, I tested around with Numeron. I don't know if I like it or not. It may end up being the final version. I don't know just quite yet. But when you play it, you kind of have to take out Imperial Order, I've come to find out. But obviously that was a pretty good match against Altergeist there. Or not, against Eldlich. So a decent showing. This is the Battle of Control matchups right here. I don't know why you'd play Pot of Duality if you're playing Numeron Guru. It doesn't really make sense to me. But that's what he went for. He's obviously going to go Zexal. And there's some decks that I play, I just legitimately don't know how to play against it. Like Zexal, sometimes I just don't have it out in the decks that I play. But this one, obviously very uniquely able to do so. He waited quite a bit of time to use the effect of Zexal, working around the Gamma, which a lot of people do. I do not run Gamma in this deck, so that kind of works out in my favor. And even if he did, I would have been fine. I got to make sure Guru doesn't go off. I was pretty lucky to top deck that, to be honest with you, but whatever. I'm going to go ahead and send Punishment to the graveyard. That's going to help me, keep my Dogmatika engine going. I think he's probably going to go into something big here, so I can just go ahead and Solemn Strike that. And he's going to surrender. So, and I would have started off my turn by normal summoning Marionetter, getting an Altergeist trap, along with the Fleur-de-Lis that was already in my hand. So advantage would be for me. This is going to be Plunder Patroll. I may do a video on Plunder Patrol soon. I actually am, it's piquing my interest. I'm not very familiar with the archetype, but I do have the monster to get online. Not always the greatest thing in the world, but it does work out in this case. He has to discard to search, so that's the reason why I went for the Ash Blossom there. As long as he can go as negative as possible, I think that's a good thing. And I actually have an online Silquidus. I'm sure I'm still saying it wrong. But yeah, I completely shut off his turn. Pretty unfortunate to top deck the Pot of Extravagance, because I do want to be able to use the extra deck in Altergeist, so I don't know. I almost want to just take this out and run the Numeron build, but essentially, you know, mirror the Guru control version of it. I knew he was going to go into the Link monster, so I went ahead and did there. And the domination would have continued. I would have probably bounced this back to the hand. That way I can use it again next turn. I would have top decked a none other than Paleozoic. So this was the Paleozoic version of the deck that I kind of showed you guys. And if one of these interests you guys the most, I really don't mind like building a version for that you're like, I'm interested in the Numeron or I'm interested in the Paleozoic. Just because when you play Paleozoic, obviously you're still playing trap cards, which is the idea behind the deck. It doesn't really mess with Multi-Faker because you can only summon Altergeist monsters, so you can kind of work around it. And you have access to cards like Totally Awesome. But then you kind of have to put the Frog engine in there, and I don't understand the Frog engine just quite yet. This is a really quick one, actually. I just wanted to show you. Like, this is the advantage of playing Paleozoic, in that, let's say your opponent's playing, like, Mystic Mind Burn, for example. And they have Field Barrier, which is normally really bad, but Paleozoic Deinonychus is, it banishes, it does not destroy, and now he can't activate a new field spell, so I don't know if he's realized it just quite yet, but yeah, rip. And the cool thing between these, Soquidus is a level 2, and this is a level 2, so you can't unfortunately go into Totally Awesome, it has to be water monsters, but you can go into their trap monsters to search more Paleozoic cards. But yeah, that was a pretty short look at Altergeist. Let me know what you guys think. Which version? Is it the Dogmatika version you guys like the most? Is it the Paleozoic? How about the Numeron build? Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for today's video, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.